On? Is it working? Did you push the button? I'm just kidding, folks. Hey, what's up? This is Fresnoguillermo. Look at, I got my hands free right here. My wife is actually recording me making my video. I feel like super duper production. I'm gonna put some special effects. There's gonna be a Godzilla floating behind me. I should have got a green screen. Anyways, I digress. Huge win for the Giants. They're up 3-2 in the World Series. Madison Bumgarner's filthy. He's legendary. Giants score 15 runs unanswered. Obviously a huge moment for Giants fans, being able to see the Giants go up 3-2. I'm going to get back to that moment here in just a second. A couple things I wanted to touch on very quickly. First of all, this is something I haven't talked about yet in any of my videos, is the respective jobs by both the general managers of the Giants and the Royals. These are both managers, general managers, that had a lot of confidence in their teams. The trade deadline, the Royals were flirting with being in the playoffs, flirting with getting in first place in their division. They actually made no moves at the trade deadline. This is a team that had some holes, that could have used a veteran pitcher. A lot of people thought could have used a bigger bat in the lineup. They basically said, this is what we got, we're going to go for it. Giants, almost the same thing. They had a little bit more of a pressing need with Matt Cain being out, with Tim Lincecum not really being able to function, so they went out and got Jake Peavy. They made one move at the deadline. A lot of other teams went out and grabbed other players, but it just speaks to, I think, the foundation that both these teams have. The Giants, like I said before, are one of the oldest teams in the league. This may be, they may have another 1 or 2 year run in them, but they're kind of getting that crescendo now where a lot of the players are going to be too expensive to keep together. Other players getting older. The Royals right now are on the cusp. They're on the arc up. But I just wanted to mention that. That was a thought I had earlier. As far as the game goes, James Shield actually pitched very well. The 2 runs that he gave up weren't, they weren't crushes. He didn't hit doubles or triples or anything like that. Giants, did what they do, got runners on, got pressure. The shortstop for the Royals, Escobar, had a horrible game. He's the one that ground ball went under his glove in the 4th that got the Giants the 2nd run. He also swung in the first pitch and the first at bat of the game, got a quick out for Madison Bumgarner, kind of got him going. It really felt like the Royals had just decided that they probably weren't going to win this game and to just get home to Kansas City. I didn't like that. I didn't like that mentality. That's not a mentality the Giants have had in their postseason runs. 2010, they go up against Cliff Lee, who is supposed to be unhittable. They go out and they pretty much smack him in the face. They win that game. Same thing in 2012, Game 1 starter Justin Verlander. He's supposed to be unhittable. You're talking about Cliff Lee, Verlander, guys that are no hitters, flirting with perfect games, Cy Young candidates. And the Royals, to me, just did not have that killer instinct, that mentality that they were going to go out and try to win this game and try to do things against Madison Bumgarner. They looked very resigned to their fate late in the game. And this is crucial. This is the best thing that happened in the whole game. Kelvin Herrera comes in, and he pitches well, but he leaves with runners on first and second, no outs, and I think it was the 8th. And, it was the 8th. And then Wade Davis comes in. Juan Perez does a great job of hitting, gets a fat pitch over the plate, puts the barrel on it, misses a home run by literally this much. And then we got another pop-up after that by Crawford that scored the 3rd run, so the Giants go up 5-0. But it was incredibly important for them to get to Wade Davis. Now they've had Kelvin Herrera on the ropes a couple times. A couple of runs were charged to him tonight, even though he didn't technically give them up. And now Wade Davis also has a big hit, a triple against him, or a double with the throwing error, and then also another RBI given up by him. Okay, that's the huge intimidation factor. That's one of the 3 main things that people were talking about with the Royals. They're talking about their bullpen, they're talking about their defense, and they're talking about their speed. Well, so far, the Giants have negated the speed as far as stealing bases. Okay, they haven't really actually had a lot of runners on where they could get to a position to steal bases on them. The defense has been spectacular. Dyson did have some bobbles today. There was an error, like I said earlier, about Escobar. But now that bullpen has been touched up. We haven't really got to Holland yet. He's only, I think, pitched once, maybe twice in this whole series. And that's another thing. They haven't, and that was one of my points I talked about earlier. The Royals haven't had the luxury of having their guys come in to shut things down. I think in only one game in this whole series, they've actually had to wheel out their 7, 8, 9 hitters in a row, bullpen pitchers rather, and put things together. I thought that was a huge factor going forward to Game 6/Game 7, is the fact that we know, as being a Giants, I'm representing the Giants, I work for them, I'm obviously a player you know, a lot of people don't like it when fans say we and us. What am I doing? I'm sitting here in my basement in Kansas watching my wife film me on the iPad saying hurry up because we got stuff to do. But the Giants know and the Royals know that that bullpen can be got to. They are not invincible. They are human. They are fallible. And that to me, that's the biggest takeaway of this whole game, is what the Giants did in the 8th, putting up 3 runs against Herrera and Wade Davis. That's huge. Now then, not to be a bummer, Giants fans, last thing I'm going to finish on, my last thought. Okay, I remember 2002, and I remember the Giants going up 3-2 after Game 5 at home, going to the Angels Stadium, figuring, hey, we just need to win 1 out of 2. Got so close in Game 6. Dusty Baker gives the ball to Russ Ortiz. Russ Ortiz walks off with the ball. Scott Spezio does his thing. Giants unravel. They lose that World Series. They lose the last 2 games of that World Series. I'm not trying to be a bummer, but we don't need to be, you know, slapping each other or grabbing each other or making each other super happy in unadulterated ways yet. Nothing has happened yet. Be happy, have some shots, have some drinks, smoke, do what you gotta do, but nothing has happened yet. Because I remember that feeling in '02, and I'll be damned if I go through that feeling again. It's cautionary, relaxed, happy, pleased, Fresnoguillermo, signing off, hum baby, let's get one more. Alright.